Hey everybody, this is Petey from the Spin Rack, and we also have
Vanilla, ready to rock.
we have a movie version of the Black Canary. Oh no, that's not DC. It's Canary Black. So we're gonna watch this trailer and see how close it could be to actually doing the Black Canary story. Well, I guess the Flash was it the Arrowverse had that. So let's see what this is like. Oh, it's just all blonde hair. I just thought of.
Hey, how was the trip?
Views were incredible. The people were friendly.
And the client?
Oh, I left him speechless.
Who is she? Agent Graves. She's my best. Her father worked for the agency. She was groomed since she was 18. And her husband?
Hey, you. I missed you.
Civilian. Doesn't know who she is. It's the only family she's got.
Honey?
You're home early, Agent Graves.
Where's my husband?
Have a special set of skills.
Canary Black. You are going to steal from the agency. If you fail, your husband dies.
Hurry with me. I need your help.
If our enemies get their hands on this,
It starts World War III.
you have to contain this.
Yes, sir.
I want every agent on the case.
You're crazy. I need to know what's on this now.
So disobeying instructions.
That's a character flaw of mine.
It's time to level the playing field.
The agency will hunt you to the grave.
I didn't betray my country. You've always believed in me. Believe in me now.
Only way you're leaving here is on a stretcher.
It's one woman, damn it, just find her.
You're wearing a mute mask. It controls the decibel level of your voice.
You're a crazy bitch.
We're not really using that word to describe women anymore. There's been a whole thing.
So, what are your thoughts?
Yawn.
Oh man, this guy. Well, the only thing is, it's for me because the
Canary
last,
Black.
huh?
The Canary Black. Black Canary.
So we get sued by DC. But with this, I think the only problem is it's a little 24-ish for me, and I like 24, but at the same time, it got kind of has that feel. But at the same time, I'm a fan, and at the same time, she's giving us stuff with Jolt, and I think in the Widows things, which wasn't an action movie, but it was kind of like it's like Widows was like what was it, Lost. Like if Lost was done without the supernatural aspect to it, it was just a similar story of a woman trying to go through what she's lost in this airplane accident. So but those she's kind of giving us to us with Whiteout and all this the Underworld series, but this one a little 24ish. But I always gonna check out something that she's done, so I'm there for it, and it's on Prime, so
Just
not
done
like
with these. I'm just done with these setups. I just it's getting harder and harder for me to believe them. So can't. It's just getting harder and harder for me to believe it.
all right. So we got 1-4 or one half, semi there, and one against,
I
and
mean, her husband, Ray Stevenson, is her husband, right?
hmm
Okay. Ray Stevenson? Ray Stevenson comes across as tall to me. He's like at least what 6'2", might be 6'3".
maybe
Okay. And what's Kate Beckinsale's like what 5'6", 5'7"? She always looks pretty slim, so maybe 110, 120 pounds or something like that, maybe. And then I have to suspend disbelief that she's going to go rescue him. And that's the bigger thing for me because she's going to be able to navigate all this stuff. And I'm like, I just don't believe this anymore. I
Mm,
don't. This guy should be rescuing himself. I just don't believe this anymore.
mm. All
I've
right.
seen it. I've seen it one too many times, and it's not that she's going to rescue him using. I think this is a little bit more where I'm able to suspend disbelief with something like Ballerina, where she's supposed to be an assassin,
Hmm.
and assassins are supposed to come across as, you know, assassins are like the original spies, if you will. They gain trust. They're not supposed to be seen. They're going to take you unaware. All of that. But everything that I see with these films is always in your face, blunt force trauma, nose to nose. You want to go head up. And, I'm looking at the character. I was like, there's just no way you would survive this thing. You'd be dead, and this guy would be dead not too much longer afterwards. And suspension of disbelief is important to the success of these type of stories. They keep doing this, and I'm like, you got to change this up just a little bit. I said, you got to change this up just a little bit, at least for the characters that you have. But they don't want to. But they don't want to do that because, and what they really, I don't know if they realize it, they make the female characters generic. The more that they keep pushing this type of stuff, and it's the same reason why not every male character, is able to break through because again, they become generic as well. So that's where I'm at with this. If you, hmm, I mean, I like some of the other stuff. Did you see her in Total Recall?
Oh, the new one? I don't think I saw the new one.
She was great in that because she was doing the trophy of the character that wouldn't die.
Hmm.
So like by the time she comes back the third or fourth time, you're just like, man, what do you got to do to kill her? What do you got to do to kill her? So that was just cool at the end of the day. But this when, especially when it's just like okay, the quick cut, the fighting, I'm flinging people around who are like twice my weight. It just gets harder and harder to suspend disbelief for me because it's been done so much. It's not novel any longer, and I didn't necessarily believe it in the first place, but it was new, and now it's no longer there. So you're gonna have to step this up a bit.
Well, I think in that vein, not for this, if you, I think it depends on because the trailer you're gonna see people kicking behind the entire thing. I'm not expecting them to make her, have a lot of weaknesses in the fight, but there's some things I always go to or like Atomic Blonde where you had someone that's extra tall, you can get around that, but at the same time when she meets the monster and she gotta throw everything in the kitchen sink and run. But I'm not really expecting that out of this. And I think I only really kind of fall into the same vein of struggling with it when we kind of look at like Marvel and they got like everybody's 5'2" and kicking ass. It's like, all right, we're gonna do the 5'2" assassins with both widows. I mean, obviously they should be the same size, but it's just like, all right, then the next people that come on, the more 5'2" assassins. So I allow them to do a new movie with a new cast and start that way. But then at the same time, there's also Jane, which I kind of shut down on. So anyway, I'm gonna check it out.
5'2" female assassin. Okay, assassin, not a boxer, not a Muay
Yeah,
Thai
yeah.
fighter, but assassin. And to understand what it means, an assassin, this person, you don't see an assassin coming. Okay, and they're not going to try to engage with you in hand-to-hand combat. They're an assassin. That's going to be the last resort. You can do that, you can get that type of stuff done. If you want to do that, I mean, they usually like to get the women about 5'7" or 5'8", tall for a girl, if you will, and then get them in there. But even at that, it's just not hard to find a guy who's going to be. I mean, if it's two guys fighting, I mean, literally, 5'8" and 5'10" makes a big difference.
Mhm.
Just 2 inches, it's more height. Even if it's only 2 inches more height, it's exponential in terms of like strength and broadness of shoulders and reach, speed. It really does make a difference at the end of the day. You would never think so, but it really is there. And then you already have like the difference between men and women in terms of strength. And so you get a guy who's just 5'9" with a woman who's 5'7", and it's pretty much over. It's like murder ball, if you will. So when I see these sorts of things, it's like, okay. And you saw the second animated Miles Morales film where he's fighting against all the Spider-Men,
Yeah, yeah,
and he's just waxing all of them.
yeah.
Like the only Spider-Man in any universe who can fight is him.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that takes you out because these are also supposed to, if she's a trained operative, these guys are also supposed to be trained operatives. So it's like she went to Harvard and everybody else went to community college, is what they're saying.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean that's the well. That's also like even not staying in the same sex. That's what kind of killed the. I think the second, the somewhat of the first Born identity, where all of them were specially trained, and Born was trained in everything. Where it's like, and then I think in the third one, I could get with that because the the new lead guy was just a one off. He just did one thing, and he was basically like kind of a well not necessarily Manchurian, but someone who just locked into one thing and needed his medication. Then they had other people that had one thing that they were doing, and then when it came back, I think Matt Damon was like, "Oh, they got Batman out here doing stuff. Jason Bourne can beat all these guys up at once." And then we got that next thing. So, but yeah, I mean, the action thing is, and the action thing with women can definitely get formulaic, and it's also, well, I already said my issues with the 5'2" assassin. So anyway, there we go. I'm a big fan of Kate. Keep doing your thing. Spinner rack
hey, we're out.
out.